Hey, how's it going guys? Phil here, and this is a review for Fontop's Hot and Cold Glass Rinser. You'll receive an illustrated installation manual, the glass rinser in your selected finish, two 3-foot flexible supply lines color-coded blue and red for cold and hot respectively, and two stainless steel T-splitters. This is the matte black glass rinser. The diameter of the base measures 4¼ inches, and the length of the 4 actuator arms is 3¾ inches across. Just below the actuator is a mixer lever that you will use to adjust the water temperature from hot on the left to cold on the right, or any intermediate position in between from warm to cool. Keep in mind that you'll need at least 3½ inches on center between fixture holes and more than 2 inches from your backsplash to the hole center in order to fit the rinser base. Your sink's edge should also be within 1½ inches of the center of the hole you plan to use. The spray nozzle in the middle has 10 holes that emit high-pressure jets of water to clean and rinse your glasses, placed in various positions to reach different heights within the vessel. The sloped base below the trough tilts the glass rinser forward so that the water can drain out into your sink. On the shank, you'll find the metal mounting nut, stainless steel washer, and rubber washer. The base of the rinser is glued on and should not be removed to ensure proper alignment. In the center of the shank is a brass fitting with 2 1/4-inch inlets. The left one, marked in red, is for hot water, while the right one, marked in blue, is for cold. The 2 nylon braided hoses are flexible and have a 1/4-inch threaded male end with pre-installed O-rings, while the other end has your standard 3/8-inch female ends with compression fittings. Both T-splitters are identical. The female ends have pre-installed washers, while the male ends are pre-fitted with one-way check valves to prevent back pressure that could cause leaks. Since both male ends have check valves, it doesn't matter which one you install the glass rinser supply line to. The other side will be connected to your sink faucet supply, while the female end goes to your main water line. I'll be replacing my old glass rinser because the stainless steel finish no longer matches my black faucet and soap dispenser. It's also a single supply line style rinser, so only delivers cold water, and having the option to use warm or hot water will be a nice upgrade. First, shut off both your hot and cold water supplies. Next, I'll remove my sink's faucet supply line on both the cold and hot water lines. Be ready with a catch bucket in case any water runs out. Then install the T-splitter. I'll be replacing the splitter that I already have installed on the cold side since it doesn't have check valves in it. When installing the new T, make sure to tighten 1 full revolution past hand tight for a leak-free connection. Since I already have a glass rinser, I'll need to remove it first by disconnecting its line on the tailpipe, then remove its mounting nut and washers so I can lift it out of the hole. I'll take this opportunity to clean the area well before dropping the new glass rinser into place. From under the sink, I'll install the rubber washer, metal washer, and then thread on the mounting nut. I'm only going to screw it on until finger tight for now. Then check above the sink to make sure that the position hasn't shifted. If it has, move it back into place before using a screwdriver to tighten the screws on the wings of the mounting nut below to secure the fixture in place. Next, I connected the small end of the rinser's hot and cold water supply lines to the base of the rinser's shank. It's a little tricky to do this from under the sink, so in hindsight, I probably would have had an easier time attaching these hoses before dropping the shank into the hole in my countertop. Just be sure to only tighten these until hand tight, as over-tightening them may damage the O-rings and cause leaking. Now we can attach the sink's supply lines, as well as the supply lines for the glass rinser, making sure the red hose goes to the hot water T and the blue goes to the cold water T. Again, we'll tighten all the connections 1 full turn past hand tight, but remember not to over-tighten them. Now we can turn the water back on and check for leaks at all the connections. Since everything feels dry, that's it for the installation. Now we can test out the rinser. Just place the glass over the actuator and press down firmly. Powerful jets spray into the glass in all directions, reaching the bottom and sides as long as you hold the glass down. Note that turning the glass won't change the areas that the water reaches, since the jets will also turn with the glass, therefore spraying the same areas. To reach different areas, pick up the glass, turn it slightly, and then press down firmly again. Even dark-colored liquids like wine and coffee are rinsed out in just seconds. When rinsing out something with fat content like milk, this is where raising the temperature is helpful, as warm or hot water can help soften and remove any oily residue. It's easy to change the temperature by simply moving the lever left or right to suit your needs. Because the base is angled into the sink, most of the water runs out of it. However, some may remain in the dish, so it's a good idea to wipe it out to prevent watermarks or buildup. You can use the rinser for any vessel with an opening up to 4 inches wide, like blender cups and mason jars, as long as the rim fully sits on top of the actuator. The rinser dispenses about a 1/4 cup of water each second, so it is pretty efficient. I found it performs better when used in a series of quick bursts, versus holding it down for a few seconds. This also allows water to drain from your vessel rather than pool if it has a narrow neck, like a bottle. Overall, this glass rinser was fairly straightforward to install, works well, and cleans efficiently with both hot and cold water. I'm able to rinse out my glasses quickly and save water too. I love that I was able to get a color that matches my existing faucet, and it's easy to keep clean. I hope you enjoyed this review. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put a link to the product in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and join me next time.